Hey guys, what's going on? Ranger Reviewer 07 here, and today we have a new first look at the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Legacy Megazord for 2013, the Power Rangers 20th anniversary. So, today woke up at 10:15, decided to call one of my nearest Toys R Us's, see what they had. They didn't have this thing, unfortunately. The guy said check on Saturday. We get shipments on Tuesdays and Saturdays. And I was like, alright, whatever. Got a heads up from another member on Ranger Board who's from my area. Said that one of the stores had a full shipment in Atlantic City. Unfortunately, they didn't. The guy was like, he was really quick about it too. He's like, no, we don't have it. Decided, alright, moving on to the next one. Called two more stores. One didn't have it, and the last one, which was a 45-minute drive, one of the longest 45-minute drives I've ever done, had it. And the guy was like, just open the box. Yeah, sure, you can pick it up. We'll save it for you. And the guy put it on the shelves. First one to get it. The guy Dan, thank you so much if you stumble upon this somehow. So he had it. He rang me up actually, so that was a pretty funny part. So I thanked him again, and yeah, I ended leaving the store with this, and it's like really bad today. It's raining in Jersey. So enough about my story. Full story is in my not in my review, but in my blog. Links are in the description below. Let's go take a look at this Megazord. It's very reminiscent. The box itself is very reminiscent of the 1993 box, but the mold is of the 2010. Some discussion about this is whether or not they should have used that 2010 or the 1993. In my opinion, they should have used the 1993 for the price point of $60. So, let us see if this thing is actually worth it. Let's go take a look at the box right now. I'm gonna get in for you guys right here. Gonna focus in right there. Alright, so in the front we have Legacy in gold foil, Megazord in a gold but not foiled, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers original logo, Saban's, bring that down for you, Saban's Power Rangers 20th anniversary right there. And the driving point for this is the metallic paint and die-cast parts in French and Espanol. So right in the front you also have the Megazord, which I hope is the same one. The sword doesn't look, it looks like it's a bit photoshopped, but anyways, there's the Megazord. At the bottom you have all the different parts, Triceratops, Sabertooth Tiger, Tyrannosaurus, Pterodactyl, and Mastodon. You have a warning choking hazard, small parts, blah blah blah, and in Spanish. No, it's not Spanish, that is French. And up top as well, we have a Bandai logo with ages 15 and up, appropriate for that age group. Moving on to the side, we have the ever so popular, on every single 20th anniversary thing, the story of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, what it's about and whatnot. We also have the Armored Red Ranger, Mighty Morphin, that's pretty elusive, one per case. Onto the other side, we have something new. It's the secret of the Power Zord. So I'm gonna, hopefully that's in focus still somewhat. And an original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers logo, so you guys can read that really quickly. Pause it if you need to. And on the bottom, which is really interesting, I just saw this, is the Megazord stats. And if you remember from the 1993 box, this thing is pretty much the card off of it. Pretty much the same stats, but in French and Espanol. And an original screenshot of the Megazord from the show. So that's pretty cool. Okay, from the top, we got Legacy, I know it's, there we go, Legacy Megazord, the 5 Rangers in CGI, original logo, Legacy Megazord, Bandai 15+, and, oh, I didn't go, okay, I thought I went to the back, but I haven't yet. On the bottom, we have the Spanish one of the warning hazards. It's made in Thailand this time. Not too sure how that changes everything with the price components and how much, the quality of the product. We also have the components, or what the contents of the packages. So you got sticker sheet, one Megazord, one Mastodon head, one Power Sword, two cannons, but they say it's one left and one right, apparently. And we have a Saban Brands logo on the bottom, as well as the UPC over here. Going to the back, we are going to zoom out. Focus in on out there. We have the 5 components of the Megazord on the left. So we have Tyrannosaurus Dinozord, Pterodactyl Dinozord, Mastodon Dinozord, Sabertooth Tiger Dinozord, Triceratops Dinozord, and it looks like there's a number imprinted here. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. 5 dinosaurs can morph together to become the mighty Megazord. Original logo, Megazord again in that gold. Again, driving the point of it's a metallic and paint and die-cast parts. And it also has a attack tank mode, which you guys can see right there. So yeah, with that being said, I think it is time to cut the tape and get this thing opened. So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video. Alrighty, so let us take it out of the box, which I just did, and you'll notice that it's in an egg crate instead of plastic or styrofoam like the previous ones. The plastic being the 2010 version, and the styrofoam being in the 1993 version. What you also get is this little packet of literature and other paper. So it has a caution in different languages. Okay. And you get one more. Grab this one. You get a thank you for your purchase. Bandai wants to hear from you guys and whatnot. And I said that in the Legacy Morpher video. You guys saw that. We also have a instruction manual, instruction sheet, to also tell you where the stickers and parts go. Pretty interesting. It's got that Power Rangers 20 logo, which I really like. I want to blow that up and stick it to my wall. There we go, and you got one on the back for the individual Megazords as well, and to combine for the attack tank Megazord. Alright, moving on to the last piece. We have a metallic, very shiny, there's the camera, piece of sticker sheet. Again, 20 anniversary and Mighty Morphin Power Rangers logo, Bandai. So this one doesn't look too bad. I remember the 2010 was a lot worse. So hopefully I can get this thing done in like half an hour. The other one took me an hour to do because I was so precise with that. So there's about 27 stickers, and that should take me hopefully half an hour. And last but not least, we have the Megazord itself. You can see some of the parts already shining through. Very interesting. As you know, the Mastodon arms come off. Oh, this is heavy, because it's part of the Zord combination system where you can buy like vehicles and other stuff, so you can build a really interesting Megazord. And here's the chrome plated Power Sword, very reminiscent of 1993. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna get all these stickers on now, and I'll meet you guys right back here for a to look at all the individual Zords themselves. Alright guys, so first things first, we're going to look at the Mastodon figure. And the Mastodon figure looks pretty awesome. Okay, I'm going to say Dinozord. So the Mastodon Dinozord looks pretty cool. Starting off with the head, there are no stickers that you have to do yourself. Everything is pre-applied. Focus in. There we are. So that's what it looks like. I actually do like the gray head, gray metallic head. It's very reminiscent of the 1993 version. The 2010 version is actually black, so having this head is actually really nice. And some of the stickers look like they're gonna peel off. Smooth them out. And then the actual tusk and the trunk is not of die-cast material. It is actually just regular plastic that is malleable and bendable. And also to notice that it is not of chrome, it's just a shiny silver metallic paint. Then if we move to the back, you get a metallic sticker here that you don't apply, or here. The only real sticker that you apply is when you open up the Mastodon and use it for the arms of the Megazord. We'll look on that later. Stickers here, again, you didn't have to apply anything. And the die-cast material is somewhat showing there. You guys can see that right there, shining through. But you can't really tell it when it's in the Dino Megazord mode. And something that's really nice, you can hear it click. Just very nice. That it sounds very secure. So that is the Mastodon Dino Megazord. Alright, next up we have the Pterodactyl Dino Megazord. And you can see it already has some metallic stickers applied. One thing you'll notice is that the head is actually of metal. I don't know if you can hear it, but there it is. Some people do miss that, and the cannons themselves don't really stick on very nicely. You have to put them in quite deep. The wings are of plastic. They're not shiny or anything like that, so that's a bit disappointing in my opinion. Those should have been die cast. The stickers that you have to apply are the pretty much everything but this one, the main one that's already applied by the manufacturer. So this piece right here, this piece right here, and this piece right here are something you have to apply yourself. And I will say that applying these stickers are very difficult because of how thin they are. It might look like they're going to be thick right off the sticker sheet, but they are not by any means. So definitely be careful. Have something like a what I used was a pin to remove the stickers, and you can kind of see it right there that I peeled it. But other than that, it's pretty good in my opinion. It's decent sticker placement. But that's pretty much it. The cannons are not die cast either, so a bit disappointing there as well. So there we go. That is the Pterodactyl one. Alright, next up we have the Triceratops. I don't know why I said that weird, but here's a Triceratops. More stickers than usual than you would have to put on. So you have 1, 2 on the sides, 1 on the top, 2 more on the sides, and 1 right here. And of course the last one is actually on the gun itself. So this one was rather difficult to put on because I had to center it and I wasn't happy with the positioning of it. So these bands right here are actually painted on, so you don't have to worry about that. Also, what do I want to say? Okay, so let's go look at this figure. I keep saying figure, Dino Megazord. So one of the heavier ones in the Dino Megazord set. The real die-cast material, I keep wanting to say chrome, is of course the gun on the tail. The whole thing is die-cast, and that's where it gives off the most weight. Not too bad. The cannons are molded on. They're not separate like the original one. So the 2010 is the exact same thing. On the head, you have 1 large sticker here, which I should put that back, but I don't know, it's kind of stretching it. You also have these horns. For some reason, this one is tighter. This one's tighter than this one. These aren't die cast. They're not metal or anything. They're actually just plastic and painted in a metallic silver. It would have been nice if they're much like the 1993 version where the horns were chrome. I would have liked it either way if it was just chrome or die cast, but a bit of a letdown here. So that's it for the head. There are no wheels on this thing. These don't really move. It just glides, and you guys can hear it gliding across the table here. Not Saban's problem. It was from the 2010 mold that Disney and Bandai put out. So again, not their fault, so don't blame them for that. So that's the Triceratops Dino Megazord. Alright, moving along, we have the Sabertooth Tiger. Not too shabby in my opinion. Let me just fix the camera. There we go. In my opinion, the stickers were pretty good here. Not too bad. You got 1 here, metallic. A regular sticker right here for Sabertooth. 1 metallic here. Same thing from here. 1, 2. And you have 1 on top of the head. As well as one on the gun, just like the Triceratops. It took me a while to get that. So the Triceratops one isn't too bad. For some reason, this one's rather loose, this leg. And I tried it with my 2010 one, and it's really loose. I don't know why. I don't know. Probably it's just me. But it does click into place once you get to the positioning for Attack Tank and the Megazord. The Sabertooth on the teeth on the Sabertooth or fangs, whatever you guys want to call them, are not of die-cast material. They're just actually plastic with metallic paint on them. There's some paint in black and red, black here, black and red on the eyes, black on the nose and the mouth, and the same thing on the other side. Black strips here and here, red right here, and I think that's it. Some black on the wheels on the legs as well. So again, this thing doesn't really have any wheels on it per se, so again it just glides along. Again, 2010 mold. So the real die-cast, the only die-cast on this one is of the gun and or laser, whatever you guys want to call it, or tail on the Sabertooth. Not too bad. It's not as heavy, but I guess that's because it's smaller than the Triceratops Dino Megazord. Nothing really much else to say. Would have been nice again for the fangs to be chrome or die-cast material. So that's pretty much it for the Sabertooth Tiger. Alright, last but not least, we have the Tyrannosaurus, or Tyranno Dino Megazord here. Doesn't look too bad right off the bat. There are quite a amount of stickers that you need to put on. So you have one here. One of the more difficult ones, in my opinion, is right. I can even focus that in. You can't really see it, but right here, that black spot has two very small circles. Somewhat metallic, not too much. So those are metallic, and on the chest as well are metallic. These two red squares on the side and the T for Tyrannosaurus on the chest are metallic. And then once we get to the crotch region, you get this small square. That's not really centered, but really don't care if you guys can see it right there. It doesn't shine that much in there. So not too bad. The thighs are die-cast, and this one is the heftiest one out of the whole Dino Megazord set. Some interesting paint they applied were the legs here, so you get red spots on here. Something interesting that they did not do for the 2010, which I thought was pretty cool, they did the black and silver squares that make it more TV accurate, which is cool. You got this red band going across the waist here, some red on the top of the thighs. Also the head looks pretty awesome. Let's see if I can get that downward for you. There we go. So you have black and white kind of on the, I don't want to say the ears, but some silver here, blue eyes, some metallic blue eyes I should say. The head is black and a metallic gray as well, and I think that's pretty much it for the Tyranno figure. So we're going to go into attack tank mode and show you guys what it looks like. Alright guys, here is the Dino Megazord in the attack tank mode. I'm going to freehand this one so you guys get a better look at it. I'm not going to say much really to what it looks like. It's pretty self-explanatory. So there's a Sabertooth and the Triceratops there. On the side, trying to get that without hitting the wall. Mastodon head. Some of the, I guess the guns here. One thing that I really don't like is that how it's hollow in between there. See that on the legs of the Mastodon. Not too bad. Open up the mouth if you want. There you go. Moving to the top. Giving you an aerial view of this thing. There you go. That's much better. You got the Pterodactyl just chilling on the feet of the Mastodon, the back. Should be pointed that way. There we go. Not too bad looking. I kind of like it. Can't really tell it's metallic on the side, but you'll see it on the Megazord. So that's pretty much it for the attack tank mode. Nothing really much to say. Pretty self-explanatory again. And we're going to move into the Dino Megazord. Alright guys, so we have the Legacy Megazord all pretty much figured out right now. I'll put together and whatnot. And before we do that, as you can see, kinda it's blurry, I know, it's missing something, and it is missing the power sword. So the power sword here is just a plastic. You gotta bend it. It's got good malleability. You can bend it pretty far. And it is in a chrome finish, which begs the question, why couldn't they do that for the other parts? The horns, the Sabertooth Tiger fangs, the trunk, the tusk, whatever you guys want. So why couldn't they do this finish in some of the parts? So that's a big letdown for me, personally, not having some chrome parts. I'd rather trade in some of the die-cast parts that they used and make them into the chrome parts, to be honest. So here we have it. There is the Dino Megazord, and I'm going to bring the Dino Megazord in. And first thing first, we're going to take the chrome sword and put it onto the hand. And unfortunately, that's as far as you're going to get without forcing it, or what people are doing is twisting it all the way down. As a company, Bandai should not have done this. They should have tested it first to have the sword fit into the hand before they put it out into the market. So this is a bit odd having it protrude like this. So I'm just going to leave it like this when I display it, but for now I'm going to remove it so it doesn't get in the way of the review. So the shield is kind of nice. The only downfall is when I want to have it this much angled, this much, it kind of droops out. So, I mean, there is a clicking mechanism. You can hear it. 1, 2, and there's like another one here that if I take out the Mastodon head that I can actually reach. There, there's 2 clicks there, so that's pretty good. Not too shabby. So what we're going to do is bring the arms down and look at the head, the upper body area. And the upper body, to be honest, doesn't look too bad at all. You can see some of the die cast here and here. I don't know why, but mine's yellowing just a bit. I'm in a really cool area. I'm in the basement, and that's where I store all of my collection. But it's yellowing a bit. I don't know if that's the sheen of the light hitting it, but doesn't look like that. The metallic stickers do look fantastic. I do like these ones, the screen accurate ones. The paint on the head looks great. I don't know if I can actually zoom in and focus in on that. But it does look great. There are some white linings across the helmet, as well as on the top part of the head. You got some yellow paint on there, as well as the eyes there, and metallic silver on the mouthpiece. So, not too bad. They do click into place. Or they don't really. So let's go look at the back. The side first. You can see that the silver and the black tail on the Tyranno tail looks fantastic with those details. I actually like that a lot. And moving towards the back now, you can see the cannons, and the cannons do revolve, and oddly enough, mine take a bit of effort to remove them if you want to, so I'm just going to leave it like that. The hollow parts here and inside the legs here and here don't bother me that much because I'll be displaying it like so. So that's okay. Let us move towards the bottom and focus in on the Triceratops and the Sabertooth Tiger. There we go. Drop that a little bit more and center this. So the Sabertooth Tiger and the Triceratops, they look great, but they don't look amazing. The great parts of it are the die cast because it flows really nicely from the top of the leg into the thighs where it's die cast. And to be honest, I could live without those die cast materials and put them onto the fangs here, or the chrome horns. You know, swap them out. I don't care. It probably costs less because this thing is rather dense and really heavy. So that's not too bad. So there's a peg in here that you would have to, there's a peg in the knee of the Tyrannosaurus, and there's a hole on the Sabertooth Tiger and Triceratops that you would put in so it can connect. Not too bad. I kind of like that mechanism much better than having to put the directly into the Triceratops and Sabertooth Tiger. The guns look okay. Like I said, it flows nicely into from the thighs into the leg, all the way down. Let's go look at the side. The side doesn't look too bad on the Sabertooth Tiger. Really wish this would have been metallic, but you know, it's not that big of a deal, in my opinion. And to the Triceratops side view, doesn't look too bad again. Wish these were chrome, like I keep saying. Not too bad. I do like the stickers, but I feel like it's a bit boring in this area, in this general area. I don't know why. Maybe it's just me. So, I mean, as long as you're looking at it from the front, it doesn't look too bad. The cannons, I really wish that was two pieces. Again, I probably said that in my 2010 video. Doesn't look too bad. In the back, I mean, you're not going to really look at it again, so doesn't bother me at all. So, there we go. That is the Dino Megazord. Looking at it, and I'll have my final thoughts right now. Alright guys, so welcome to the final thoughts. Should I buy it? Should I not? What Bandai should have done, really. And I will say that it is worth getting, but not worth the price, if that makes sense. $60 is a lot of money to spend on a Megazord. I remember when they first came out, the original Megazords were about that price, but they were like direct imports from Japan, and this thing is a 2010 mold, obviously, like I've stated before, which just some unnecessary die-cast parts. They really could have made the die-cast parts into the areas where it should have been: the fangs, the horns, the tusk, the wings, the cannons. Those should have been die-cast materials, but I don't know what went on with the board meeting of the of Bandai's 20th anniversary discussion, but this really upsets me on the parts where it really shouldn't be die cast. Another point is the sword itself doesn't fit. I love the sword. It's the closest thing as the 1993s we're gonna get. So I mean, if you didn't get the first wave of 1993 with the chrome sword, well, here's your chance to get a chrome sword out of it. I do love the Mastodon head shield thing. Looks great. I love the metallic silver finish, or metallic gray finish, that it mirrors the 1993 version very closely. Other than that, I mean, $60 is a lot of money to be spending, but I mean, for a collector like myself that does these videos on a weekly basis, the views and the revenue I get pretty much pays for this itself, so having this is a no-brainer for me, at least. I will say that the Legacy Megazord box generally makes up for it. A good friend of mine on Twitter, I hope I can call you friend, Trekkie B, I don't remember the numbers, 2447 or something like that. I apologize for that, but he stated that seeing this at Toys R Us was just like a nostalgia hit, and it does look great, and it's so close to 1993. It's scary. It just looks great, to be honest. I pulled out the 1993 box and put it right next to this one, and I honestly was scared from this little top thing over here where it says metallic parts, where it's supposed to say in the Zord builder system. It's really close. I love seeing the lineup on the bottom. This on the side where it has the Megazord stats. It's kind of like the card that would have been on the 1993, or was on the 1993. Seeing all this just looks great. Unfortunately, there's no Titanus or Dragonzord stuff yet, but that's because they haven't announced it, to be honest. In my opinion, should they release those? It's up to them. I really could care less if we get it or not. I know a lot of people were a little disappointed about the release of the Mix and Morph based Titanus, and we didn't get a Dragonzord, but I mean, there have been talks about them releasing it, but you know, who knows. I'm praying that they will. It'd be cool if we had a die-cast Dragonzord. There's some mock-ups of it on Ranger Board that look fantastic, and I can't get enough of it, to be honest. But definitely the Legacy Megazord box was worth the hunt, and that's where I want to go to next. The hunt of this was actually pretty fun, calling about 7 stores within 2 days. It doesn't seem like a lot of work, but wanting the Legacy Megazord line or Legacy toy line done is a major thing in my opinion. I'd rather get it done now than later and have to wait and order it online. So definitely worth having. Having to wait for a little bit. 45-minute drive was definitely worth it. So those are my opinions. It's a bit mixed. I'll have to rate it a 3 out of 5. 2 of the stars coming from the box again. So that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this review of the Legacy Megazord. I hope you continue to support me and follow the my media platforms in the links down below. So I will see you guys later. It's been Ranger Reviewer 07 here, signing off. Peace, love, Zordon. See you guys later. Alright, guys. There are my Hot Wheels over there. So here is the Deluxe Megazords. I'm gonna say Deluxe Megazords. My collection of Deluxe Megazords. The box is here. I know it looks ripped. That's the other one I have. The other one's up there with my other boxes because it's saran wrapped. So here is the original Deluxe Megazord. I'm gonna switch to manual here so I can focus in. Here we go. So that's the original one, chrome sword and all. Here we have my favorite black and gold Megazord that I will never ever let go with box. 2010 Megazord. No chrome parts, some metallic decals you can see on the Pterodactyl. And here's what we got today. The Deluxe Legacy Megazord and the box behind it. So there we are. I'll be doing a battle between this one and this one later this year. So stay tuned for that. Thanks, guys.